start. So first, after the uh, you know after the demo, now we are going to start. Okay. So first we will see how to log on to SAP system. All right. One moment. Just a moment. Right. So first our job is after the demo. Now we want to check the software. All right. So how to log into the software? Let us see that one. SAP Logon application. So we are going to provide you. So we are going to provide you the software. Okay. One moment. So right. So first we will see SAP Logon application. So we are going to provide you the software, and let me show you how to log in. So we are going to provide you the credentials also for each person. All right. So let me log on to this. This is the SAP Logon, which you are able to see blue color and yellow color. Can everybody able to see this on my desktop? Blue color and yellow color. SAP Logon, right? So we need to click on this. SAP NetWeaver is a software. So we are going to start up from here. Click on log on. And we'll be entering the SAP software. We'll be entering the username and password. So we will provide you username and password. With that, you can log in. So I am logging in with my user ID and password. So I'm entering password. Right. Everybody able to see my screen? Nadia, Pratiksha, Rahul, Sagar, Sumati, able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right. So this screen we call it as a SAP Easy Access. This is our first screen. Okay. So we are going to start our work with this screen. Okay. And this SAP Easy Access screen, which you call it as a home screen or first screen of SAP. Okay. And this SAP Easy Access, basically it is dedicated to end users. Okay, so one moment. SAP Easy Access is basically used by end users. All right. So when you join a company, the company may hire in one of these roles, that is end user role or functional consultant role. Okay. Both the roles are slightly different. Okay. In the end user role, the job is related to day-to-day transaction processing. You will be responsible, you will be assigned to one team. Okay. If you are hired as an end user, you will be assigned to one particular team. In that team, you will be assigned to day-to-day transactions. Okay. Whatever the day-to-day transaction happens at the business place. Okay. Your business place may be in some other country, maybe US, UK, Middle East, somewhere. But those transactions comes to you, okay, for a particular company, for your client company, and you are supposed to process. The job which is given to you is as per your responsibility. What company is assigning you, only as per those responsibility you will be processing the transactions. Okay, everybody will be assigned to a specific responsibility, right? So end user job is to post everyday transactions, day-to-day transactions we are going to post, okay, which are related to business transactions. Okay. And end user is also responsible to create general ledger accounts, to create customer accounts, to create vendor accounts. Okay. These are the accounts he will be creating, end user. Okay. And end user starts from here. We have different options here: logistics, accounting, human resource, information system, tools, okay, etc. etc. So, among all these options, our option is accounting, right? Our option is accounting. So, in this accounting, our first module is financial accounting, okay? Financial accounting deals with financial transactions. Okay, every company is doing business, so every day we come across financial transactions, buying, selling, expenditure. Okay, so we are using this financial accounting. In financial accounting, we have various we have various modules here. Okay, we have different types of modules here. Okay, and that is nothing but we call it as general ledger, accounts receivable, accounts payable, banks, fixed assets. So these are the different types of modules, and as an end user you will be assigned to one of these modules. You may be assigned to general ledger, and if you are there in general ledger, your job is to create the general ledger accounts. Like, for example, cash account, bank account, or day to day transactions like miscellaneous expenses account. These all accounts, whatever the accounts may be, or whatever the type of transaction may be, you'll be creating the general ledger for that. Similarly, we have accounts receivable. Accounts receivable, the name itself indicates that we are receiving the payments. Okay, accounts receivable related to payments. And all these modules, all these processes are all there in all multinational companies like TCS, Wipro, Accenture, Deloitte. In all these companies you will find this. For each module one process you will find. Okay, so it depends on the company requirement, they will assign to that related module. All right. Right. So I was explaining you regarding the functionality of each module. Accounts receivable is used for receiving the payments. Accounts payable for making the vendor payments. Okay. Whatever the purchases you are going to do, for those purchases you are going to make the payments from accounts payable. And accounts receivable means whatever the goods you have sold to the customer on credit basis, for all those sales, you are going to receive the payments in accounts receivable. Okay. So these two modules are called as payment modules. Okay. Accounts receivable, accounts payments, accounts payable. Then after that, banks. Okay, this is completely related to banking module where they do some type of reconciliation like how much payment has been received, what is the payment due, these all things. Okay, and the transactions which are done through a specific bank account. These all things comes under bank. And fixed assets. Fixed assets deals with all asset accounting, where your company will be acquiring all assets. Like for example, your company has some manufacturing unit. For your manufacturing unit, company is going to acquire certain type of assets like machineries, some equipments or manufacturing. Okay. So these all things comes under the fixed assets. All right. Okay. Then etc. So these modules are there, and as an end user, you will be assigned to one of these modules. All right. Then similarly, the second type of role, first type of role, I hope you have understood. So Nadia, Rahul, Sagar, Sumati, did you understand what is the role of end user? Okay. So it is the job of processing the transactions, creating GL account, creating customer account, creating vendor accounts, okay, working with various types of business transactions. Next role is functional consultant. Okay, functional consultant means you will be landing up in IT industry. just like a software developer you will be working. Okay, so to get into functional consultant screen, we have to type some SAP transaction code. Okay, so functional consultant, he is going to implement the projects. Okay, and he will be working for IT industry, some IT company. So once you start your work as a functional consultant, you are a IT professional. So for which we are going to train you. Okay, how to work with the functional consultant responsibility. All right. Now we have logged in with some number, client number 800 right now, the one which we are using. But if you go into the companies, you may find one of these numbers, 000 to 999, any number you will find it. Okay, fine. Suppose if you are going as a functional consultant, then you will be assigned one of the projects. Okay, functional consultant means what? You will be assigned to one of the project. Okay, and these are the types of projects that you will be working. Okay, you may be assigned to implementation project, which has to be developed right from scratch till the advanced level. Okay, so implementation project is called end-to-end project. Completely everything comes in that. Once the project is implemented in the second year, that same project is converted into support project. Why? Because that project we have to use it on day-to-day basis. 1 year, of course, it will take for implementing the project, and second year it comes into support project. So while it is in the support project, every day you will be posting your business transactions. Okay, if somewhere something getting stuck, or if you are unable to proceed further, or if you are getting some errors, now this has to be resolved by support consultant. If the project is support project, then the company will be assigning one support consultant to this. Okay, for example, you can also become support consultant if you are very efficient in this subject. Okay, maybe after working for 6 months, 1 year, you will also get good knowledge and you can work as a support consultant. Okay, so you will be troubleshooting the issues that comes up in the project. Okay, and that is support project. Okay, and the third one is a rollout project. Rollout project in the sense, this entire whatever you have developed the project, okay, whatever the type of project that you have developed, so this entire project will be rolled out to other countries. Okay, will be rolled out to other countries. That means with same implementation, if you roll out to other countries, as per that country, certain rules will change. Like for example, taxes. Okay, taxes will change from country to country. Then next, any legal laws or any company rules that will change from country to country. So wherever the changes are there, okay, those changes will be done in the existing project and it will be rolled out to that particular country. Okay, it will be sent or it will be installed in that particular country as per that country rules. Okay, because everybody has to follow some legal rules that are initiated by the company, by the government. Okay, so that is called rollout project. Rollout project will not be a big one. Okay, with slight minute changes, so the same project will be forwarded to the other countries with some small changes. Okay, that's called rollout project. Upgradation project. Upgradation project in the sense, assume that previously, uh, you know, previously it was working on something like what I can say, ECC version. Now they wanted to migrate to HANA version. Okay, so in that case, they will be going for upgradation project. So these are the four types of projects that are used in this. Okay. So hope all of you have understood the information related to types of project. All right. So is this clear to you, Nadia, Rahul, Sagar, Sumati? Okay. Right. So that is something related to types of projects. Next one, just now I explained regarding SAP Easy Access. Okay. Now we will be going for T codes, transaction codes. Okay. So what is this T codes, transaction codes? Transaction codes means something like commands. Okay. Generally we call it as a commands. Every software has commands. So SAP also has commands. But in SAP terminology, these commands are called T codes. T codes means transaction codes. Okay. And generally these T codes will be four characters, like SPRO is a four character word. All right. So let me show you how to go with this one. Okay. And by entering SPRO, we can enter into consultant screen where all consultants works together. Okay. Let me show you that. So this is a command field on the top left corner, which you are able to see. And here you should type SPRO and press enter key. And here you should click on SAP reference IMG. Just click on this one. Okay. And after that, we'll be moving to enterprise structure. Our actual work starts from enterprise structure. Okay. Enterprise structure. So I'm going to click on this, and this is definition. In this definition, we have all these modules, different types of modules. Okay. Our work starts from enterprise structure. Not only our work, but all consultant works, they start from enterprise structure. In this enterprise structure, we have definition. So if you get into definition, you can able to see various types of modules here. Okay. Like financial accounting, controlling, logistics, general, sales and distribution, material management, logistics execution, plant maintenance, human resource management. Okay. Every module is different and we require a different, you know, different consultant for each module because every module is huge. So that is why companies also will not give all modules to one person. Okay. One person, one module because he will be whole and soul to that module. Okay. So for example, if you are related to finance and controlling, then you are whole and soul. Whatever the accounts comes into finance, you will be taking care. Or if anybody has any doubts regarding any financial transaction, you can take care. You will be whole and soul for finance, financial related transactions. Okay. Similarly, something related to marketing. Marketing is again, we are not from marketing. Okay. If I assign you this marketing job, you cannot do that. Okay. Because you are all from finance domain. So you can work only in finance. Marketing, sales and marketing means we will hire another person who is good in sales and marketing. Okay. We will have another person who is good in MBA HR, who has done MBA HR. He will be assigned to human resource management. Okay. So for each module, one specialist. Like you are all from accounts background, finance background. So that is why you are assigned to this financial accounting module. Okay. And we are going to deal with financial accounting and controlling. So first we will get started with financial accounting. In this financial accounting, we have different options here. And as a FICO consultant, my job starts from here. Okay. Before we enter into this, let me explain you the other two important concepts here because we are entering into the project. Before you enter into the project, you are going to talk to two different companies. One is consulting company which is called software company. Okay, so all software companies are, you know, they are consulting companies, and some of the examples are Accenture, IBM, TCS, Wipro. These are all consulting companies. Okay, then we have client company. Client company means generally product based companies. Okay, like Tata, Toyota, Honda, LG, Samsung, Lenovo, this type of companies. Okay, so mostly you all guys will be hired by consulting company, software companies. Okay, and you will be assigned to client company. Client company means product based companies. You will be developing. Okay, you will be developing for these companies, but you are hired by companies like Accenture, IBM, TCS, Wipro, Deloitte, Cognizant, these companies also. Okay, and they will assign to one product based company, and you are going to implement for that company. While implementation, you are going to start the project. Okay, before that, let me show you how the project looks like. See, this is the, see your SAP project. Okay, what is SAP project? SAP project comprising of various types of modules, and every consultant is assigned to one module. Assume that you are the consultant for finance, so you will be assigned to FICO. Okay, there will be another consultant for SD, another consultant for HR, another consultant for material management. So for each module, one consultant is assigned, right? Then the blueprint of the project, how it looks. So in this, the blueprint will be like this. Where is that? This is the blueprint, okay, for which you are going to implement. Let's say we are going to implement the project for Tata Group company. Okay, Tata Group, very popular in India. It is a Indian multinational companies. It also has operations in other countries. Okay, so this company is doing various types of businesses. Okay, like Tata Steel, steel manufacturing. Okay, Tata Motors, car manufacturing. Tata Capital, it is into loans and finances. Okay, and Tata Water, Tata Insurance. Okay, there are many number of businesses are owned by Tata Group. So these all things comes under the subsidiary companies. All right, fine. Similarly, now we are going to get back to the project implementation. In SAP, we are going to use this methodology, ASAP methodology, or activate methodology, anything you can call it as. Okay. So in this, we have these 5 phases: project preparation, business blueprint, realization, final preparation, go live, and support. These are the 5 different phases are there in this. Okay. Of course, the first 2 phases are basically assigned to some experienced person. Okay, experienced consultant. Okay, they are going to work in this one, and the remaining consultants will be assigned to other phases. Okay, so in this the project preparation, business blueprint by senior consultants, and you guys will be joining from realization phase, because in realization, whatever you are going to learn in our course, that you will be taking care from this point. All right, then final preparation, where you are going to do some testing and you will check it out, like whether it is working or not. Okay, how it has been implemented, any flaws are there in this, you are going to check. And go live and support. Go live and support in the sense like the project will go live and you start working on that. Okay, For example, in case if you are working on something like Tally or any other software, you will be switching to SAP. Okay, and you will try to enter your all business transactions into SAP, and you are going to check whether it is accepting or it is giving you some issues. Okay, any issues, our support consultant will be there. He's going to resolve that. Okay, that is called go live and support. All right, so these are the 5 phases, and then our work starts from here. Enterprise structure. Okay, if you look into this, this is our enterprise structure. This is our enterprise structure. So this is our enterprise structure. It looks like this. Now, in our enterprise structure, our first element, our first element is creating the client company. Tata Group is a client company. Okay. For Tata company, we are developing this project. We are working with, assume that we are working with something like Accenture or HP or Deloitte, and you are developing for Tata Group. Okay. So the first thing that we are going to create is client company. Okay. So what is this client company? Okay. Company means it is an organizational unit in accounting which represents a business organization. Whenever I say company means it reminds me regarding the business. Okay. A company generally it will be in terms of organization, okay, where a group of people will be working for a particular goal. Understand? And a company means it is a registered company under the Companies Act 1956 and 2013, so that it can do legal transactions. Okay. And whatever the profits it is going to earn, it is going to submit to the government and pay the taxes. So legally, it is going to do all the business transactions. Okay. So if you can remember this definition, it is okay. You can specify this definition. But if you feel that it is hard to remember, then I am making your work more simplified. I am giving just one line answer for this. What is a company means you can say a company is a legal entity. Okay, that you can say. Simple terms. And every company has got its own master records, master data will be there. Okay, it is going to mint. Now, if you want to create this company, you can create with 6 characters. Maximum number of letters that are used is 6 characters. Okay. So let me create this. So please make a note. Our first option is define company. Okay. If you are having any book, try to write just this 2 lines only. Define company. Enterprise structure. Title you can write enterprise structure. Okay. Title you can write enterprise structure. Okay. In this enterprise structure, first option is define company. Okay, because at the end of the class, you will come to know what you have learned today. Okay, because if you just see, you may forget something. Once the class is over, everything will, go off from our mind because, we can't remember. But if you write in a book or a paper, if you are maintaining for every day, like you are attending the class every day, and as soon as you start the class, write the date, and on that date, what you are learning. Okay, if you can note then that will be very, very useful for you. Okay. So you will have a feeling that today I have learned all this. Okay. So your learning progress will be there in your book. Understand? That's so you need not put lot of efforts. Just you have to write these two lines: define company and transaction code OX15. That's all. First option. I'm going to show. Okay, remaining things it will be there in the recording and you can view this. Okay, not a problem. But without looking at the recording, if you wanted to see from your book, okay, you can see. It will be easy for you. It will be there for reference purpose. Okay, right. So define company OX15. So let me show you how to create this. So I'm going for the first option, define company. Every option has a transaction code. See here I have shown you OX15 T code. Okay, but here I am not going, here not I am not able to see any T codes. So to get the T codes on the screen, we should go for this one, more, and go for additional information and display key IMG activity. Okay, if you select this, then it is going to display here. If you select this, then it is going to display here. OX15. OX15. Okay. Define company OX15 is the transaction code. Same thing you can see here. This is OX15. Okay. Here also OX15. Last four characters. So now we can create. We can click on this. Okay. Then in every screen, remember, in every screen you will find new entries. Okay, just you have to see new entries. Just like if you go into Word, PowerPoint, Excel, you find new file, right? It is something like new file only. Okay, so click on new entries. So here you have to write down the company details. Okay, so I am writing some name here. Oh, just a moment. New entries. I'm writing some name here. Tata, some X9. You can give any name, okay, as per your convenience. Maximum 6 characters. Give any name. Here the name of the company, Tata Group Company, and name of company too is optional. Then you can enter the address. Address is street number 12, PO box number. Okay. PO box number, postal code number. This is for communication. You need to enter. You have to take it from the client company and enter here. Okay. City Mumbai. Country IM India. Language EN. Currency INR. Okay. Because I enter every day, everything is flashing here. If you have any doubt, we have a list field for every option. You can just click on this list field. Okay. Like for example, currency INR. Just beside that, I have a list. I can click on this zoom lens. It is going to provide me list. And here I can search what is my country currency, something like INR. You can see here, INR means Indian rupee. Like this, SAP is supporting more than 200 plus currencies, because we don't know for which country we are going to develop when we are hired into a company. Okay, so Indian rupee like this, and now you can click on save. Okay, and here you should click on create request. Okay, and here you should enter something like Tata Group. Okay, say this is, I will try to enter our batch. Okay. This for our batch I'm developing. Okay. I'm creating. So I'll just say, you can just write, see, this is my training session. So just to remember, I will say Tata Group APM. Okay. For implementation for this our batch. And in your case, you can write just Tata Group. That is more than sufficient. So click on this. Okay. So here we got the company name, Tata Group. Okay. And here above this, you are able to see some, uh, what we call it as a alphanumeric number. Okay. So this number is a request number, or we can say TR number, transport request number. All right. Transport request number. And after that, so I'm going to click on continue. So this transport request number is used to save the data, master data. Whatever the data you are going to save, that will get saved into this. And this is created by system itself. We need not create. Okay. So you can say continue. So this way you have to create the first step. This is the client company. Okay. This client company I have created. Fine. So hope you all have understood the steps which are followed in this. Okay. Is this clear? Nadia, Rahul, Sagar, Sumati, is this clear to you? Okay. So this way we have to follow all the rules, all the steps. Okay. This recording will be there. I'll be sharing this recording. Okay. And so that you can go through this and you can understand the steps. Okay. And I'll be explaining you clearly everything. Even if you have anywhere any doubts, you can ask me. Right. So that's all for today. For today, slowly I will try to increase your time. I can understand. Okay. So there is no hurry. Understanding the subject, that's need, clarity, understanding. Okay. So every day we will be learning a few concepts. Okay. And you can go through all these things. All right. So that's all for today. Thank you for your time. Have a good day. Good night. Bye bye.